When I opened my eyes, the first thing I noticed was the ceiling tile with the faint brown water stain shaped like a continent. The second thing I noticed was the silence, no murmuring relatives. No television in the corner. No flowers cluttering the counter. Just the steady mechanical rhythm of hospital equipment and the dry, papery feel of my own breath. My body felt borrowed. Heavy, disconnected. There was a folded sheet of paper on the tray beside my bed. My name written in my father's handwriting, precise, controlled, unmistakable. I tried to sit up. Failed. Waited for the dizziness to settle, then I opened it. We stopped paying. Insurance won't cover long-term care. This isn't sustainable. We did what we could. Good luck, no signature. He didn't need one. I stared at the words until they stopped looking like language and started looking like shapes. I didn't scream. I didn't call for a nurse. I didn't even feel anger at first. Just subtraction. My siblings hadn't come. Or they had come and decided not to stay. I didn't know which version hurt more. An hour passed, I know because I counted the seconds between the machine's soft alarms and the nurse's distant footsteps. I cried without sound. Careful not to dislodge the oxygen line. It wasn't the money. It was the confirmation. Before the accident, we'd argued about control. I had moved my inheritance, my mother's side of the family, into a protected trust after my mother died. My father called it dramatic. Said families shouldn't need legal firewalls. I insisted anyway. When I built my company at 26, he dismissed it as a phase. When it turned profitable, he referred to it as or family success. When I refused to let him manage the investments, he called me ungrateful. The accident had been random. A truck. A wet intersection. Then nothing, and now this note. A soft knock interrupted the quiet. The door opened. My lawyer, Daniel, stepped in first. Behind him was a man in a navy suit I didn't recognize, carrying a leather folder. Daniel looked at me for a long moment. Not pitying. Assessing. You're awake, he said quietly. I swarently. He pulled a chair closer to the bed. The man in the suit remained standing, composed. There's something you need to understand. Daniel continued. Your father made a mistake. I didn't have the strength for riddles. He forgot who you really are. The suited man opened his folder and placed several documents on the tray beside my hospital bed, carefully avoiding the note. I'm with the trust administration, he said calmly. Your medical expenses are fully covered under the discretionary medical clause you activated last year. Payment has not stopped. It cannot be stopped without your direct authorization. I blinked. Daniel leaned back slightly. Your father attempted to access the trust as emergency family executor. The request triggered a review. It was denied, immediately. The words rearranged something inside me. He can't stop anything, I asked. No, the man said. In fact, his attempt has restricted his access to any auxiliary family funds pending investigation. Investigation. The room felt different now. Not warmer. Just clearer. He left that note, I said. Daniel's mouth tightened faintly. We're aware. The hospital notified us when billing instructions were abruptly changed. We intervened. The suited man closed his folder. Your recovery plan is secure. Physical therapy begins once you're cleared neurologically. You remain primary decision maker for all assets. Primary decision maker. The phrase sounded foreign in a hospital bed. After they left, the room did not feel empty anymore. It felt neutral. Over the next few days, details surfaced in careful conversations. My father had assumed prolonged unconsciousness meant default control. He underestimated the clauses I had insisted on. The same clauses he'd mocked as paranoia. He did not visit again. My siblings sent a brief text in a group chat. We didn't know the full situation. I didn't respond. Rehabilitation began slowly. The first time I stood, my legs trembled as though they belonged to someone else. The therapist kept a steady hand near my elbow but didn't grip unless necessary. Your body remembers more than you think, she said. So did I. I remembered signing documents late at night after my mother's funeral. I remembered refusing to merge accounts. I remembered the discomfort in my father's expression when I said no. The note remained in my drawer. I didn't throw it away, not as evidence. As clarity. Weeks later, Daniel returned with updated paperwork. Additional safeguards. Options regarding visitation rights and financial authority. You don't have to decide everything now, he said. But I did decide one thing. I instructed the hospital to require my direct approval for any family visits. Control does not have to be loud. My father forgot who I was because he preferred the version of me that needed him. Lying in that hospital bed, relearning how to stand, I understood something without bitterness. He didn't abandon me when I was weak. He tried to. There's a difference. And that difference is written in ink.